to the sky. Everything's amplified, no they cannot deny. I will be rectified if you dissect me. Find scar tissue left behind, injuries that define me to my core. They'll hear me roar like never before. The pain I absorbed is feeding my core. I'm hard to ignore, I'll beat down your door. If you wanted war, well then you got war. And they know that I won't surrender, so they fear me as a contender. When I fight they always remember, yeah. I will be known. Watch out, cause I'm here now and I'm staying. Claws out, this the fight that I've been craving. I know there's something inside of me, but it's been masked by fear and anxiety. But no more, I'ma break out of the chain. Let's go! I'm waking up, this ain't enough. All of my dreams were starting to rust, but I believe that I can adjust. Positive thoughts, I'm starting to trust. Nothing's deserved unless you work. Something of worth requires an urge. I have been hurt by those at their worst, but that gave me will, some power, a surge. And they know that I won't surrender, so they fear me as a contender. When I fight, they always remember, yeah. I will be known, I won't let go. I will not stop, I will be great.
We live? We're live. Hey, welcome to Overtime Arkansas, our very first episode, and we're trying to get these bugs worked out a little bit, but we're here. We're excited to be bringing you Overtime Arkansas. You might want to fix that chroma there. You got it. Anyway, we're excited to be bringing you scores from around the state. You've got scores down here on the bottom line there. You can see those. Just some really, really good games. Our game of the week here was Malvern and Prosper, Texas, Walnut Grove. And Walnut Grove playing their first ever varsity ball game, and they were able to win 57-54 over the defending 4A state champions. There was a lot of factors that went into that. And by the way, let me just say this. Do you see this blowing behind us a little bit? It is 100 degrees in this booth right now. So anyway, we're doing this for the first time. But, man, we are excited to be bringing you the scores from around the state. Overtime Arkansas, the very first show. Let's go ahead and give them some of those scores. You got Dumas and Rising 20-14. Dumas over Rising. Paris over Waldron 35-14. Pea Ridge took down Gravett 38-14. And we don't have a final there, but Hot Springs looked like they were in control over Valonia. Magnolia was beating Nashville. We had that score actually a little further down the road there. You have Maumelle over Sylvan Hills. Dardanelle, Little Rock Hall, we didn't have anything for. And then Fayetteville defeated Cabot. You've got Marion over Wynn. Parkview showing their might again this game, 52-21. BB took down Jacksonville. That was actually last night. And Jonesboro and West Memphis were in a tussle there. Pulaski Academy, third year in a row over Robinson. You see anything that sticks out to you?
That one's a big one. Osceola 42-14 over Newport. And the one that sticks out the most is the 5A school that we just did from Texas.
Yes.
Coming in here and getting the victory over the 4A state defending champs, Malvern. And a first ever game, though, for that 5A school out of Prosper, Texas, with the Walnut Grove Wildcats. And it was a big one.
It was a big one.
It was a big night, and I think Malvern learned a lot about their team tonight.
So if you're watching right now, we want you to go ahead and hit the share button. We got a $50 Visa gift card for a lucky viewer tonight. We're going to pick one randomly. Also, share your scores inside of the video if you don't mind, to let us know, who and what happened around the state of Arkansas tonight. So, again, you got to like it, you got to share it, you got to comment, say I'm in, and you'll be eligible for a $50 Visa gift card here from us at the Arkansas Sports Network. And we're just trying to work a few little kinks out here. We've lost our football lights, so that hurt us tremendously, but we're working on it here tonight. So, anyway, we've got Coach Josh Jones from Lamar. We're going to go ahead and bring him in here in just a moment.
We'll take a quick break first.
Let's take can we do that, Aaron, or you need to get that done first? Aaron gives me a thumbs up. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here in just a moment. You're watching Overtime Arkansas, the first ever episode. We'll be back here in just a moment.
There comes a time in all of our lives when we need the help of legal services. Well, let Leah Jacobs at Heirloom Legal at 425 North Church Street in Atkins be your go-to when you are needing assistance. If you're needing a will or a trust, maybe you're helping an elder parent with Medicaid issues, or planning on opening a brand new business, maybe you have another legal need. Jacobs can help you plan your next step. That's Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. Call 501-819-2553, and walk-ins are welcome.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
All right. We're back here on Overtime Arkansas. And on the line, we've got Coach Josh Jones of Lamar. Coach, you are our first ever caller here on Overtime Arkansas. Thanks for joining us.
You bet. Thank you.
Well, tell us a little bit about what happened with Lamar and Huntsville tonight.
Yeah, Huntsville came out, and they came out ready to play. And that first half, it was, I guess we stopped them on the first time, and then we go down to 4. But it took us about 15, 16 plays to score, and ate up most of the first quarter. And actually, in that first half, we were winning 14-0. But we only had 3 possessions in the entire first half. And so it was really difficult to create any separation there. Come out in the second half, the offense started clicking a little bit better. The third quarter scored some really quick touchdowns and put it away, made it 35-0 in the third quarter. And it's just a really good way to start the season for us. And excited to see these guys play. They did a really good job.
Coach, tell us a little bit about your team. Obviously, being the first game, you're always learning something new about your team. What is it that you might have learned tonight that you may not have known?
Well, one thing is we do have a lot of depth. And we got a lot of kids that can play. There was a lot of 10th graders that contributed, and that was a really big deal on a night that was kind of hot. We really, we didn't have any problems with the heat. We didn't have, any problems with cramps until, just a little tiny bit. And so when you're able to rotate those guys in, and you got a lot of guys that can play, they push each other and do a good job, staying fresh.
Yeah, it's big time. We kind of had an opposite out here at Malvern, and so glad to hear that you got the depth there to kind of run guys in and out, Coach Jones. What was y'all's final score again?
35-0.
Wow.
Lamar.
So who do you got next week, Coach?
Waldron. I think Paris tonight, and I believe Paris won that game.
Yes.
Got them as 35-14, Paris winning that one. So it ought to be a good one. Is it at Waldron or is it at Lamar?
I believe that was at Waldron.
No, next week. Where y'all got them at?
Yeah, we go to Waldron.
Okay.
Go to Waldron. That's a big one there. Well, Coach, I know that your 4A4, I feel like the 4A4 is going to be improved this year. You've got Bauxite. I think they're going to be improved this year. I think your CAC is going to be improved this year. You guys had a jumble there at the end of the season where you had 4 teams tied for second place there in the conference. I think that you guys are going to be right there in the mix again, though.
I think so. This team, it's early, and they have to figure out a few different ways to win some tight games down the road, but have potential to be really good.
What's your passing game looking like this year? I know last year y'all were predominantly running. You'd lost your quarterback from the year before and really leaned heavily on the Hendricks kid. So what's it looking like more this year? Kind of more of the same, or y'all kind of getting more balance?
Well, we really opened up the passing game tonight. We threw it twice. So
that's an old Boonville guy talking right there, right?
One of those was professional. The thing is, I really do think our passing game will develop as the season goes by. our number one receiver actually cut his finger a couple weeks ago, and he's had stitches for 2 weeks and got those out 2 days ago, and he's still having some problems with that hand. And so, that kind of hampered the passing game a little bit. But we threw him one out there tonight. He caught a quick, just like a hitch. He caught a hitch and took it to the house for a touchdown. That was Lane Mills. Took it for a touchdown from about 35 out.
Well, that's a good win. So Waldron next week, and then you guys get back into conference play. Who's your first conference game?
I believe we have Dover, and we have Bauxite after.
Okay. All right. Well, going to be a fun year. We'll be following the Lamar Warriors again this year, trying to get used to them, because you know what? They're always in the mix.
They are. Coach Jones, you've done a great job over there. It's a completely different program than it was 25 years ago, and that's credit to you.
These kids have done a really good job. We've had a good group of talent come through. I think we've won 9 games in 4 out of the last 5 years.
Nice.
They've created a tradition of win, and hopefully they can keep that going.
You hadn't had anything to do with that, have you?
I sometimes drive the bus. These kids do all the work.
I love it. Well, Coach Jones, thanks for joining us here on our first ever OTA show. We appreciate it.
You bet. Thanks for calling. Go Warriors.
All right. That's Coach Josh Jones of the Lamar Warriors as they picked up a big win over the Huntsville Eagles. That's been a series that's happened over the last few years, and Lamar has dominated that series. Really, it's a good warm-up for Lamar. Huntsville, not typically too strong. Sometimes they're decent, sometimes they're not, but you always want to get that win under your belt. Lamar does a good job doing that. So we're going to go to our phone line here in just a moment, but let's update some scores real quick. We'll have Josh Martin of Crossett. Crossett picked up a massive victory over Glen Rose in overtime. We're going to get that in just a moment. Just some scores if you see the bottom line there. And also, if you hadn't already done it, go ahead and hit that share button and let everybody know of what's going on here. If you're watching Overtime Arkansas, also comment "I'm in." That way that we can know that you're in for the $50 gift card, but you got to share it. Got to share it out there, or we can't give you the $50 gift card. We'll pick a random winner here before the night is over. Look at our main scoreboard here. This is our 9 games that we were really paying attention to tonight. Pulaski Academy over Robinson 37-13. Anything stick out to you there?
I mean, like you said earlier, that's what, the 3rd year in a row Academy's taking it to Robinson. And,
yeah.
Robinson, a great program. Pulaski Academy, they lost. What's the quarterback coach? Kelly.
Yes.
Went over to Missouri for a while, and I mean, they just keep it rolling with Anthony Lucas, and just what a team there. Camden, Harmony Grove, big win over Junction City. Junction City kind of down the last few years, but they're starting to come back now, and that's a big win. Is that Stillwater, Oklahoma? Greenwood gets a big victory. Who else we got on here? Harding Academy over Valley View. I mean, that's a step up in class right there a little bit. Harding Academy made it to the title game last year, lost to Malvern, the team we showed tonight. We did Harding last year against Boonville. They got a heck of a team. They've got a kid committed to the Razorbacks. I believe he's going to play linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, that's a big victory. They're going to be in the mix when it comes down to the final game here in the 4A. And what else we got? Warren, huge victory over Stuttgart. Stuttgart's traditionally tough. They had no problems there. It looks like 42-7. And then Mark Tree. Hector had to go all the way down there in this heat. Mark Tree able to pull it out by a touchdown there, 34-27.
That is a big win there, and a good game there for Hector. It's a long way to go.
Yeah.
Hector, I think, is a team that's going to be a team to be reckoned with in the 2A this year. And so, anyway, we got Stillwater and Greenwood 49-21. Greenwood keeps doing what Greenwood does. And then we've got
Smith and Battle of Rogers, or what do they call it down there? North side
the Battle of Rogers Avenue.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
42-35 there.
Southside getting it done.
That's right.
The Mavericks. So, good night so far in the state of Arkansas.
Oh, it always is. It's always a good night for football. We appreciate you. And Hayden Treat, she or he, I can't tell who, is in. We appreciate Hayden for being in and just continue to be a part of what we're doing here on Overtime Arkansas. Look, we got highlights here from our game. Malvern versus Walnut Grove. What a ball game this was tonight. Duran. We were here, best ball game that we've ever called here on the Arkansas Sports Network. You can see Jalen Dupree, the D3 Auto Sales MVP candidate here. He really had a good
Early
game.
on, it was all Malvern.
It was all Malvern. He really had a good game there, and you can see some of the highlights here. Walnut Grove come out of Texas down 14-0 early. They fought their way back. At one point had outscored Malvern 18 in a row, and it really just kind of put themselves, and I think they really gained a lot of momentum right here with this play, and it really, did they get it back? I guess they did get it back. Malvern did. I'm talking about Malvern. They got the momentum back? They did.
Yeah,
but
they did take a lead.
But it was a lot of back and forth there.
They just got more wore out. You could tell the heat was a factor. Walnut Grove, very impressive. Mostly juniors and sophomores. We talked about it all during the game. And look at this kid right here. He says, oh, wait a minute. I got a guy. That's a 10th grader.
Come on.
Bishop Allen. He's going to find Carradine in the back of the end zone. Most guys are taking off right there. He stops and pops and kept his head downfield. That right there, I'm telling you, if you're a Malvern fan, I know you're down a little bit because you lost tonight. Y'all found yourself a quarterback.
Your first game
super excited.
as a starting quarterback against a 5A team out of Texas. And, yes, Malvern's got weapons. They definitely have weapons, no doubt about it. But with that being said, that's still a huge jump there trying to start with a 5A school. And so, anyway, this is huge right here, man. I'll tell you what, Malvern, they play Glen Rose next week. Both the teams are coming off heartbreaking losses. That's going to be one heck of a ball game in Malvern. And too bad we've already got a game scheduled next week between Elkins and Charleston, or we might be here.
Yeah, great matchup. And we're excited, though, to be at Charleston. That's going to be a good one.
We had a huge night tonight, by the way. Huge night.
I mean, a lot of stuff. We've got breaking in a new producer. Just a lot of help here. And, I mean, we find out as we're pulling up to the stadium that the air conditioner went out this week. And we've got some portables up here, but it's not really doing the job. And, yeah, so 100-degree press box the entire night for the most part. It finally got down to about 91 in here, about where it's at now.
Yeah. We can't see the thermostat, by the way, because it's covered up right now. But as you can see here, 27-26 was the score. Malvern with the lead there. But that's when Walnut Grove from Prosper, Texas, took the lead. Malvern continued to hang in here. You can see this is a big play in the ball game. Dalion Carradine picked that one up.
It was going the other way at this point. That's
huge. Right. That was a huge play right there.
Next play, a little jet sweep action.
But, one of the things that Walnut Grove did do was even though you see this run here, they forced Malvern out of their game just a little bit by forcing them to pass. Of course, Allen, he showed that's no big deal to him. Of course, when you score 54 points in the game, you expect to win. But I'll tell you what, the offense from Walnut Grove made it very tough for them to be guarded. You know, they ran an RPO well. They spread the field out well.
Yeah, they put a blueprint on film here for everybody that has to play Malvern this year. They spread them out. They try to make Malvern guard their some of their slot guys with linebackers, and they were able to really just kind of get the numbers game in the middle.
They did.
Get the yards. And the QB read game really played well in the power game for the quarterback. What was his name again? Butler? Quarterback? I think it was Butler.
Yes.
And he had a great night. He's just a junior.
Jalen Dupree got hurt a little bit early in the second half. He did come back in. I believe he scored 2 touchdowns, but he wasn't quite 100% there in the second half. That definitely made
he might have carried it 5 times in the whole second half.
Right. That
2 touchdowns.
Right. That definitely made a difference here in this ball game.
See one of them right here.
Right. Dupree definitely. He put his name up into the MVP candidacy, no doubt. Dalion Carradine was a guy. I think we put him in the initial list. I can't remember for sure. He's on it now, though, being our player of the game. He had 8 catches, 168, and a touchdown, and really played well tonight. Allen could have been a definite candidate there. Malvern's got weapons here, that's for sure. But that, as you see there, that's the beginning of the highlights again there for Malvern. So let's go ahead and let's go to Josh Martin of CrossIt. Let's go to a quick break so we can get him on the line here. That's my fault.
There comes a time in all of our lives when we need the help of legal services. Well, let Leah Jacobs at Heirloom Legal at 425 North Church Street in Atkins be your go-to when you are needing assistance. If you're needing a will or a trust, maybe you're helping an elder parent with Medicaid issues or planning on opening a brand new business, maybe you have another legal need. Jacobs can help you plan your next step. That's Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. Call 501-819-2553 and walk-ins are welcome.
Remember all that. Y'all wasn't at the
Back here on Overtime Arkansas, and you can join us here. Make sure that you're hitting the share button. Make sure you're hitting the share button here and letting everybody know that you're watching this, and we're going to come to a close here fairly soon. Here you got scores on the bottom of the screen. You got Hector and Mark Tree. We've already went over that score. Several scores down here, but we've got Crossit. Crossit picked up a big victory over Glen Rose tonight. Tell us a little bit about it. Josh Martin, play-by-play man for the Crossit Eagles.
So, yeah, tonight was a great night for the Eagles. We went to got the win at Glen Rose. It started off back and forth. Glen Rose took the field goal on their opening drive, and Crossit come back behind that with a 78-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Max Brooks to Taylon Pascal. Pascal ended up catching 7 balls altogether for 2 touchdowns and 245 yards. Brooks threw all of those. Brooks, though, as quarterback, also is a running quarterback for us. He ran the ball for 105 net yards, including 2 touchdowns, along with the one in overtime, and then ran the overtime 2-point conversion in the second overtime to get the win for the Eagles.
Huge game down there at Crossit. Glen Rose is a traditional powerhouse in the 3A. Crossit is a team that, not to say that they're not a power. I think that they are a team that is definitely to be reckoned with. But this is a big win down there in South Arkansas.
It is. We're second-year head coach. Crossit had some history with football. We're trying to get that history back. We got the second-year head coach. He's actually a Crossit alumni. Most of our coaching staff is alumni, so everybody's got some ties back to the town. So we're really looking forward this year. We got 18 seniors, I believe. All of them are going to play. So they've got experience. They played in the past. So we're really pushing for that conference championship, hopefully. The Crossit 1 game in week 5 is going to be a big ball game for us.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about what you got coming up here.
So next week we'll go to Magnolia. We've always had that scheduled ever since I can remember. As a week 1 game, we go over and play a 5A school with Magnolia. So we're right over there and play them next week. And then we'll start conference play with Star City on week 2.
All right. Well, Josh, we're going to have to cut this short tonight, so I do appreciate you joining us here on OTA, and we'll be looking for you, and we'll be talking to you in the upcoming weeks.
All right, man. I appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Congratulations on that victory.
Thank
y'all.
That is Josh Martin of Crossit, play-by-play man there, and he does a great job down there at Crossit. Finally here, we're going to go to Alan Russell, and I'll tell you what, if you push that that button there that takes you back to the speakerphone, it'll keep you off that. Keep you off the or you can mute it. There you go. There you go. We'll have Alan Russell here on right now. Again, make sure that you're hitting that share button. If you hadn't hit that share button already, do so. We got to cut this short pretty quickly here. We're kind of getting run out right now. So
we're losing light as we go.
And we are losing light as we go. So we're going to have to figure this part out of it, that's for sure.
Alan, we got you?
Yeah, I'm here. How y'all doing?
Great.
Yep, Alan, what's going on with you?
Man, doing great. We witnessed a great ball game tonight. Hector came over, Central Arkansas there, came into Marjorie. Gave them fit all night. Of course, penalties played a big part for both sides. Fatigue, cramps, things like that played a big part. But for the most part, we witnessed a great ball game tonight of 2 ball clubs that can go a long way this year.
You saying there was some home cooking down there in Mark Tree, or what are you saying?
I don't know about home cooking, but
I'm just giving you a hard time, Alan. I know that's your hometown area, and
yeah.
So it sounded like you had a good game overall, though. 34-27 is what we have as a final. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. 34-27. We had Cannon Carter Mark Tree rush for 127. We're not exact on the catch right now, and P.J. Hodges, a sophomore moving in, rushed for 147, had a 91-yarder called back in the first half. Real fast guy. He gets on the edge. It's pretty much good night. And we went out of the game early with about 100 yards, came back in second, or excuse me, about 47 yards, come back in second half, rushed for another 100, and he was ultimately the difference tonight in that ball game. To take him off the field, I think that you might get Mark Tree.
Big time win there for Mark Tree. I think Hector showed themselves well traveling all the way over to Eastern Arkansas. Mark Tree is a team that we've got highly ranked in the 2A, so we really think that they can be doing something here as the season goes on.
Yes, sir. We also got a chance to speak with Mr. Henderson. He had a big night. I believe he had 80 catches for 90 to 100 yards. Just give Mark Tree secondary fifth all night. Really good Hector, and they look to get things rolling next week. I believe they play Quitman, and they're ready to roll and try to get a confidence win for them.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, man. We'll get back with you. We're going to work these kinks out of this thing and have this thing going next week as well. But we got to work some stuff out here. So appreciate you joining us, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, Brad.
All right. Alan Russell, the man who started 42 Sports. Right. And helps us out here and is a big part of what we do here on the Arkansas Sports Network High School. So I don't know if I'm looking at this right, but I don't see any shares on OTA. Now, on the YouTube side of things, I'm trying to check it out here. I don't really see anything there as well. Guys, we're going to try to have this thing go a little bit longer and kind of make this thing a little bit more. Tonight being midnight, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and wrap things up tonight, but we do appreciate it. As far as I know,
getting a few more
what
scores
do you got,
here.
7 shares? Can you see who shared it? Can you see it? I can't see it.
While he's looking that up, give you they're gone now.
Yep.
Van Buren all over Alma tonight. That was a big
That
one.
was actually last night.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the night before last now because it's 12:18. Can you see who shared it over there, Aaron? All right. Here's what we're going to do. $50 Visa gift card. What we were going to do, we're going to have to shut this thing down. I'm going to look at your shares. We're going to stay with me until the morning. We'll figure this out, and we'll get our Visa gift card winner out there tomorrow morning. Stay with us. Make sure that you let everybody know that you're in. If you've shared it out so far, just let us know in the comments even that you did that here in the next 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and let's get some scores that are on the comments. Some of them we don't have. We got Searcy over Batesville 53-19. Mineral Springs over Jessieville 20-6. That was by Mike Irwin. We have Brandy Strickland let us know about Batesville and Searcy.
Not that Mike Irwin.
Right.
Another Mike Irwin.
ERWIN.
Appreciate him.
Hayden Treat says Clinton 47, Cave City 7.
Brad's a name drop.
And
so I had to straighten that out.
You got Bill? He's the one to come in?
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, we've got – there's just so much going on right now. We've got Cross County 42-12 over Harrisburg tonight. Carlisle beat Palestine Wheatley. We're going to be in Carlisle a few weeks.
Arkansas High, big time over Watson Chapel.
Over Watson, that's a big one right there. So Hayden Treat said he did share it, and he is in. So
you're in, sir.
There you go. All right, Bill, you're saying check the messages. All right, we got Frederick Mackey. Did you say I'm in? Matt Mosley, thank you, Matt. Aaron Woj, man, appreciate you. Josh Stewart, thank you for coming in. And I'm going to tell you, I think there's just one person that hit the criteria, and that is Hayden Treat. So Hayden, I'm going to give you the $50 gift card from Visa tonight. Congratulations, you are the winner. If you will send us a message, we'll get back with you. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up here tonight as you have watched the very first ever episode of Overtime Arkansas. We'll get these kinks kicked out, and we'll get ourselves going. But we got to break this thing down, and we got to get going. So for Duran and Aaron and Nate, I'm Bill back at the P Ridge studio. I'm Brad saying so long. It's been Overtime Arkansas. We'll see you next week.